All right, don't be afraid. We record these for you for showing again. So this is great. Look at all these beautiful people. We got Emily, a bowl of something. That's awesome.
Yep.
Is that a salad?
No, it's Suzaku. I have a noodle bowl.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We like that.
It's good.
We got 4 people in the waiting room.
Oh, yes, we like that.
Yes, we do. We got all these beautiful people on with us tonight. Just want to name them all. Look at JT over there looking cool. How we doing, JT? Y'all can unmute yourself for a minute before we get started.
Hi, Jordan.
Michael, how many of these faces have you seen before?
Well, let's see, because I have been to all these, so I would probably.
Yes. That's
right. Can anybody give a shout out if you've done one of these before? Because you know.
Oh no! This is on you.
No help from the crowd, huh?
No help. Because Mr. 33.
I see some familiar names.
Oh, that's
It
weak.
could just be names, right? So we got a good
John.
We got a good group tonight. As y'all can tell, we've done this a lot and we thoroughly enjoy doing this. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. How you doing out there, Jordan?
I'm doing quite well, thank you.
You are good. Well, you are very welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Absolutely.
I like Carly's picture.
Is that the one that it popped off my screen? Is that the cow?
Yep, it looked like a deer or something.
I thought that was a cow.
It might be.
I think it was a llama, guys.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on, get it.
I liked it.
We got 7 more people waiting to get in, Kimberly. You got.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yes.
We got another one. All right. We got Kamika out there. Hopefully you're going to be careful when you're driving. You're not driving, are you?
Miss Fletcher, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well. Who am I speaking with? Jordan?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
No, is it Jordan? Who am I speaking with?
Oh, you're speaking with me, Jordan.
All right, Jordan. How are you, darling?
I'm doing quite well. I'm not so sure if you remember this, but I came here back when I was a sophomore or freshman in high school, and I took the Surf Safe program. Do you remember me?
Yes, I looked at your face and thought I remembered you. Good to see you.
I do have a quick question.
Yes.
Joe, wait. Oh, go ahead, darling.
Is it all right if I leave close to 6:30 because I have another Zoom meeting like right after this one ends?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's quite all right.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. You letting us know.
You're welcome.
Right.
I just didn't want to like disappear out of existence, you know?
More keep coming in. I'm trying.
You just tell me when, Kimberly.
Okay.
I thought we were going to tell Emily if she didn't stay through the whole thing, she has to come back next week for the whole thing again.
See, I would be.
Okay, we can get with that.
Right.
This is beautiful.
Right.
Okay. There's one more waiting and then we'll be ready to go, Michelle.
Okay.
All right. Report, Michelle.
We're ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's get the party started. Hello, everyone. My name is Michelle Fletcher, and I am the academic recruiter for the college, and I agree with Dean Ferris. It is wonderful to see all your beautiful faces. How many, by show of hands, for the faces that I can see, would say that you're ready to get started August 24th at CVCC? I can't see a lot of faces. Well, anyway, I'll tell you what we're ready for. We're ready to talk with you this evening. We have a wonderful group of individuals ready to talk with you about programs and opportunities at CVCC, as well as how to get started. Now, we have a couple guest speakers this evening as well. One of them is one of our instructors, Marcy Gale. Marcy, wave at the beautiful people. Marcy represents the STEM program, the STEM field at the college. And so I would say to any of you that's interested in science, technology, engineering, or math, write those questions down. Marcy will entertain any question that you have. Particularly this evening, she's going to be talking about mechatronics. It is a wonderful program that offers all kind of opportunity for employment with this credential. So again, she will be talking with us in just a few minutes. Now, our most valuable player for the evening, yay, is one of our ambassadors, Serena. Serena is going to be talking with us about her experience in transitioning from high school to college. And I promise you, there is a difference between high school and college. So get yourself something to write with, take some notes. We are excited and ready to talk with you. To get us started, Dean Ferris is going to come and say hello. And after that, Kimberly French will come, lay out the rules of engagement, and we will get started. Dean Ferris?
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, this is, I can't tell you how excited it is to see this many folks on the call with us tonight. You know, like I said, we've done this a whole bunch, and it's just energizing as all you know what when we can look out and see all y'all smiling faces. So, you know, welcome to CVCC in a virtual setting. You know, fall is right around the corner, and we've got so many amazing things happening right now, a lot of which we'll talk to you about. So, you know what? I could just go on all night and take up this whole hour, but I think Michelle would be.
Yes, he could.
If I did that. So I'm going to pass it over to our very own Kimberly French. She's going to kick things off with rules of engagement. And I see one person had their hand raised already, Kimberly. And well, Kimberly's going to explain what that means. So go ahead, Kimberly.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, everyone. I'm Kimberly French. I'm the first year programs coordinator here at CVCC, and we are all excited to have you here. This is a good group tonight, and we're very excited to be able to cover some information that will help you get started here in your journey at CVCC. One of the first things is just the rules of engagement. At the bottom of your screen, you're going to see something that'll say the participants. That's where you can go in and you can raise your hand. And if you have a question, you can raise your hand and we'll get to that. Also, there's the chat feature that you can go in and you can write your questions. We're going to be monitoring the chat feature for you, but we're also going to have a question and answer section at the very end of it. There's also over under the reactions, there's a place where you can do a thumbs up if there's something that you heard that you really are interested in, or there's a clap feature. If you think you've heard something really good that you wanted to give a clap out, a shout out for somebody, then you can do that with the clap. So that's a little bit of the rules of engagement. I'd like to engage a little bit with you right now in a quick poll to find out how you heard about coming tonight to CVCC. So I'm going to launch this poll, and I'm going to give you just a little bit of time to be able to select your choice of how you heard about this. All right, so I'm going to end the polling and I'm going to share the results with you. So as you can see, the majority of you received a text message. Some received an email, heard it in the community or the family member, online and high school. So it's a variety this time of how you actually heard. And so that's great. So we thank you for sharing that with us. And Now I'm going to hand it over to get started with our special guest, Marcy Gale, who's going to talk to you about the different programs that she covers.
Hey, everybody. So my name is Ms. Gale, and I am the program head for several programs, two of them that I'm going to talk to you about tonight. One of them is mechatronics, and mechatronics, if you don't know, in word and discipline is a mashup, and it's a mashup of mechanics, electronics, robotics, and IT. And basically, it's the skills you need to enter the advanced manufacturing field. Advanced manufacturing means robots. So the factories of today are nothing like factories used to be, and they're not like that either. Just ignore that man there at the top. But these robots put things together, and they pick things up and put them down, and they do anything we tell them to do. So the best way to protect yourself from the robot overlords is to be the robot overlord. And that's exactly what I can teach you to do. The other program I have is electronics and computer networking, and these two programs overlap. And so let me start my PowerPoint here, and I can tell you more details and some of the advantages of coming into this area of the college so that you can get started on your new career. So there's the word mechatronics. Remember that word. It is a very important word in today's work world. And then computer electronics technology, computer networking, that whole mouthful is 1 degree. And it's sort of a split between electronics, electronic technician work, and the IT world, and Cisco networking, and handling the way computers talk to each other in the workforce. And there are jobs that emphasize either or both of those disciplines. So hello to you. I am, again, as the others, very excited to see so many of you on this call. This is fantastic, because you know what? Lynchburg industry needs you. They need you bad, and you need some help getting to them. So that's what CVCC is here to do, is to find you guys and tell you what you need to know, and teach you how to do the things you need to know how to do. And then we can hook you up on the other end with the industry in Lynchburg that desperately needs employees, even in this world. So whatever, any other, if you've been to the rest of these or any other of these sessions, you may have had some other special presenters telling you that, their program was the best way to go. But just so you know, my students are the best. I love my students. If you come into my program, I will not only be your teacher in some of your classes and handle your program, but I'm also your personal advisor. I will be your faculty advisor as you walk through. The counseling department helps you get started in what classes to start with. And then after that, as you try to sign up for classes for following semesters, I'm going to help you do that at the end of each semester. So I will be here with you the whole way through your program, regardless of which one it is. All right, so a lot of people want to know, it's the first question I get, is there a career waiting for me after I finish all this work and put in the hard work and study and do problem sets and do lab write-ups? And when I get done with all that, is there a career waiting for me? Yes, there is. In fact, many of my students get hired before I even finish teaching them the stuff they need to know. So even during this pandemic, I have gotten email after email from companies around this area wanting to know, who do you got? Who do you got? Who do you got for me? I can hire them now part-time. I can hire them when they finish full-time. And I say, hang on, let me go to my resume file, and I send your resumes to the companies. All right, so our programs are growing. And one thing we've done to try to help you get started is allow you to start in any semester. So in my programs, if you start in the fall, the spring, or the summer, I've got classes that you can take that don't require prereqs in order to get into them. So you can also take classes at your own pace. You do not have to be a full-time student to get through this program. Most of my students work at the same time that they're going to school. You will not be the odd duck out if you have a full-time job and you're trying to do these classes. So you can take however many classes you want. And one of the first questions I'll ask you is, what are your other obligations before we sign you up for classes? Do you have a job? Are you the caretaker for somebody? Do you have small children? What are your other obligations? Because we want you to be successful. We want you to be successful not only while you're in school, but after. And we think about all of that when we're helping to advise you on what to take. And then, as I said, you can even get a job before you graduate. There's an internship program in the mechatronics pathway. And that's a 1 credit hour class where I hook you up with a job. You don't have to find the internship. I'm going to help you find that if you don't already work in the industry. And there's a really high success rate of students going from this internship into a full-time job offer when they finish their program. All right, so no matter which credential you're going for, whether it's a career studies certificate or an associate's degree in either program, you could start with these common core classes and decide later which way you want to go. So if you look at both of these programs that I'm going to talk about and you're not sure, you don't have to be sure. You can take some classes that are required in both of the programs before you decide exactly which way you want to go. You can't come to campus this fall? No problem. I can hook you up with classes for this fall that are normally taught on campus that you're going to have the option. For instance, I teach electronics. If you come to the program, one of the first classes you're going to need to take is electronics. And I've got it set up so that we'll have live Zoom lectures and you can interact with me just like we're doing now. I have a whiteboard that I write on and we work problems during class. If you can't come to class, those classes are recorded and you can watch them on your own time. And then we'll, right now, we are able to go to campus for in-person labs so you can get your hands on that equipment. If that's what you want to do, that's great. If you're worried about the virus because you care for someone who's immune compromised or for whatever reason, I'm also going to offer these labs online. I've got a whole lab set up right here and I videotape these labs and you watch them and fill out your lab sheets and do your reports that way. And you can change each week which option you choose. You can do one at home one week and come into school the next week. So we're trying to make this bad situation better and get you launched on your career just at the time when the world needs, America needs to make more things here on in this country so that we can be more prepared for future events like this. And I truly believe manufacturing is going to be ramping up even more so than it already was. All right, so here's an example of the first year of the mechatronics program. We call this the CSC or Career Studies Certificate. And this is the recommended order of classes. We'll work with you if you've already got credits or you've got some industry experience you want to bring over as credit by experience. We'll help you figure out which of these classes to take, but I'd really like you to notice these gold lines in this pathway. Everywhere you see one of those, that's an industry certification that is built into the program. So when you finish the program, you're not only going to have your CVCC credential, you're going to have an OSHA 10 card that you can whip out and show your employer you are OSHA certified to start working on that floor. Or you can have these Virginia Manufacturing Association certifications that say you understand the general tenets of the manufacturing world. And then you have your career study certificate from CVCC. And then at that point, because it's such an awesome program and you are loved being with us, then you can keep going. That CSC stacks and you take more classes to end up with an associate's degree. Now this whole thing you could do in 2 years if you do it full time. If you can't do it full time, don't sweat it. Most people don't. Most people go a little bit slower, especially in my area of the world, career technical education, where you're working often at the same time as you're taking these classes. I have students from 16 years old to 62 years old. I'm not exaggerating in my classes. Students of all ages and experience levels. Here's the computer networking pathway, the first year, and it results in several networking certifications on top of your OSHA card, in addition to your CVCC credential, which is a career study certificate. And then if you keep going, because it's so fantastic, then the second year you can earn more networking certifications and end up with your associate's degree at the end of that. So I just thought I would quickly tell you about a couple of the classes and the different programs just to show you what we do. One of the classes I teach in the summer is this Introduction to Mechatronics course. And one thing we did before, you know, pandemic world hit was we built the most perfect gigantic garden box ever. This is right on campus. And we did a lot of design work. We got dirty building this box. But what we did with it then was we put a farm bot on it. And I wanted to take a fresh picture of FarmBot to show you, but we took him apart and took him inside during the shutdown. But this right here is a gantry. It sits on top of that box, and it's a open source hardware and software farming robot. And we can program that thing to do whatever we want to do. And it's really cool because you tell it where plants are, and it's got a camera on it. And if it sees a plant that should not be there, it goes and gets the weed stomper head and it jams that weed back into the ground. Not today, weed. And then it also waters, and it sends you an email when your carrots are ready, and it's a lot of fun. So this is one robot in the program. I just hot off the press got a new $40,000 FANUC industrial robotic training cart in the lab. So let's see, I've got a picture coming here of the lab. This is yet another training system that teaches you industrial motors control, and all those little colorful ports that you see. You're going to get your plug wires, read a schematic, plug them all in, make that motor spin, make lights and sounds go, and all kinds of fun stuff. We've got 4 of these stations. Here's a picture of the lab in the background, and this is the lab right outside my office. And this is where that new robotics certification cart is. Next time, he's brand new, so next time I'll get some pictures of him in here in this presentation. Lots of equipment though, lots of hands-on learning in my courses. Another one of the courses is fluid mechanics and hydraulics, and I've got 4 of these kinds of trainers to support this class. I have a guy from industry that teaches it, and it's cool because it has clear tubing, and you attach that clear tubing to these ports here, and colored liquid moves through the tubing. And so it's really easy to translate what you told the machine to do to what it's actually doing, and is it doing what you thought it should be doing. Another course that I'm really excited about, because I got a grant from the National Science Foundation to support this course. And with that grant, we bought a lot of training equipment. And this thing right here, it doesn't look like much. That little suitcase right there, it's the size of an actual suitcase. It's a $25,000 piece of equipment. And at the end of the class, ETR 150, you have a Rockwell Automation certification for programmable logic controller programming. This is the hot ticket in Lynchburg right now. I don't know if you guys know it, but Lynchburg is the conveyor capital of the world. Not exaggerating. And being able to program the brains of the machine that controls the conveyor belts is a hot career ticket all around the country, but especially here in Lynchburg right now. I'm going to train you how to do that, and I'm going to give you a certification to present to your employer saying, pay me a lot of money because I am certified. Then we have all kinds of stuff like solder stations and oscilloscopes, and I'm going to teach you how to be friends with your calculator, and audio generators and multimeters, and I'll teach you how to use all of this equipment before you head to the job, so you'll be able to hit the ground running. The internship, as I said, is a 1 credit hour, 40 work hours internship. I will help you find that, and historically, those internships are leading to permanent jobs. So our goal at CVCC is to connect you, the student, with the industry that needs you by learning who you are, teaching you what you need to know, making sure you have the skills you need to have, and then I'm going to help you find your spot right here in Lynchburg, the job, the career that best fits with who you are and what you are interested in doing. All right, so that is my presentation. These are my contact information, and of course you can find me on the website, or you can email counseling or call the front desk and they will get you in touch with me. And so now I'm gonna shoot it over to Anna Grace in our admissions and records department, and she's gonna tell you how to get admitted so that then you can get signed up for classes, and I hope to see you in the fall.
Thanks, Marcy. Like she said, my name is Anna Grace and I'm representing admissions and records tonight. Just a few quick things to go over. Your number one thing that you do when you come to the college is just apply. It's a very simple process. You just go to our website, centralvirginia.edu, click on apply now. The first page it brings you to is a nice little kind of information page and how you can get connected to some of the things that you'll need. And then you click on apply now again. You're going to set up your own username and password for your application process. This is just for the application process. It's not going to be your MyCVCC login information. This is just for your temporary application process. Make sure you don't forget it in case you get kicked out or you have to stop and come back to your application. Now, while you're doing your application, there's two pretty important things that you need to remember. The first thing is that although your Social Security number is not required, if you don't put it in, then we cannot link to your financial aid. So if you don't put it in, then you have to contact us here at the Admissions and Records Office, and we have to verify a lot of things and get documentation, so it slows down your process. So it is the best if you go ahead and put it in while you're applying. Now, if you've already applied and you didn't get your Social Security number in, that's fine. Just contact us here. We'll help you and we'll get it all set up. The other thing to remember is that when you are putting in your information for your in-state tuition, make sure that you read the questions carefully and answer them to the best of your abilities, because anything with those as well that is answered incorrectly, we have to have documentation to fix it. And then you have to fill out a new form, and it takes quite a bit of time, and it will slow down your process as well getting admitted into the college. Again, if you've already done that and you notice that you are labeled as an out-of-state tuition student and you believe that's incorrect, contact us here. We will help you. We'll get all the information to you that you need to fill out and just get that back to us as soon as possible. On the very last page, when you finish your application, make sure that you either take a screenshot of it or print it out. It has your user ID, your password, and your ID number. Your username and your password, you're going to use that to log on to your MyCVCC account. That's how you register for classes. That's how you get into Canvas, which is how you take most of your classes as well. So that's very important information. And of course, your ID number we'll need every time you call in or come to the college for IDing you. One thing that some people have been a little confused about is the transcripts. Now, transcripts, if you are sending them to us, we are accepting them in all forms. So that's electronically or on paper form. We're accepting them all. Even though the college is closed, we are still accepting all that stuff. So send them to us. We'll get them processed. And we don't have too much of a delay right now for those as well. That's the same for if you need a transcript from us later on. We send them through paper, and we also send them electronically as well. So we have both of those options. Your student email address, you will not have access to it if you're a new student with us until after you've signed up for your classes. So if you need some help with that after you get signed in, then IT can help you with it. But until you're in your classes, you won't have access to it there. That's pretty much all I have for today. Of course, if you guys have any questions, please contact us here at Admissions and Records, and we'll be happy to help. I'm going to now transfer it over to Ryan in Financial Aid.
Great, thank you, Anna Grace. And hello, everyone. Welcome this evening. Are we still excited? We're halfway done.
I am very excited, Ryan, and I
Thank you.
appreciate you asking.
Thank you. All
How about
right.
Emily, are you still excited?
I know we need to hurry because Emily's going to leave us soon. So
That's right.
we gotta
We
move.
gotta get this thing going.
All right. So I am representing the financial aid office. So I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to go through a brief PowerPoint presentation. Now, at the end of this presentation, there is our contact information. So part of our contact information, obviously, is our email address. So I will encourage you, if you want a copy of this presentation, send us an email and we'll email it to you, okay? Because we are going to go through this fairly quickly. So first of all, congratulations and welcome. Congratulations to those of you that have just graduated high school this past month or so, and you are ready for your next step at CVCC. And also congratulations to those of you that have graduated from high school a while ago, and you are kicking the tires of either considering coming back to college or starting college for the first time after you've been out of school for a while. Either way, congratulations and welcome. So a couple things we're going to talk about. One, how to pay for college. So Anna Grace just went through step number 1, which is apply for admission to the college. So we're going to focus on the second point, which is applying for federal student aid. Federal student aid, the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, determines your financial need. The website is fafsa.gov. So if you have not submitted the FAFSA yet, you want to make sure that you do that. Go to fafsa.gov, not fafsa.com, not fafsa.org, or any of those, because those websites will charge you for the same thing that you can do for free. Now, if you need help with your FAFSA, maybe you have some questions on it, or you just need us to walk you through it, reach out to our office, okay? Call us, email us, let us know you're having trouble, and we can set up a time to either do a Zoom session with you or to walk you through it over the phone. So how much does CVCC cost? So for this upcoming fall semester, the in-state tuition rate is $161.25 per credit hour, meaning if you are registered for or enrolling for, let's say, 12 credit hours, which is full-time, your charges would be $161.25 times 12. So that would be your charges for the fall semester. And remember, Anna Grace had mentioned she kind of focused on the in-state tuition rate. And this is why that's important, because if you're considered an out-of-state student, then you're going to be charged an additional $200 for each credit hour enrolled. So I mentioned earlier, you're going to want to submit the FAFSA. So if you're planning on enrolling this upcoming fall, which is less than a month away, August 24th is the first day of class, you're going to want to submit the 2020-21 FAFSA. Again, you're going to go to fafsa.gov. You're going to make sure that you have a login. If you haven't already done so, make sure you create your login. You're going to need parent information if you're under the age of 24. So just be aware that you will need information from one of your parents to help you through the FAFSA, okay? And another thing to keep in mind, once you have submitted the FAFSA, it is not finalized, or your financial aid is not set if there's documentation that we need from you. So if the financial aid office is requesting some type of documentation from you, please get that to us as soon as you can, because your financial aid is not finished, or we're not ready to award your financial aid until all of those documents have been received. So why should you complete the FAFSA? So for this past semester in the spring, for those that had submitted a FAFSA, 85% of those students received some type of financial assistance, whereas only 3% of those that did not submit the FAFSA, only 3% received financial assistance. So again, you have a much better likelihood of receiving financial aid if you submit your FAFSA. So we have begun awarding already for the fall 2020 academic year. Again, we're less than a month away. So if you believe that you should have already been awarded, but you don't see it on your SIS, please reach out to our office, okay? So if you've applied to the college, you've submitted the FAFSA, you've submitted all the documentation that we've requested from you, you should be awarded your financial aid. So if you have not at this point, send us an email and we can look into it and find out what's going on. So some of the financial aid that you may be eligible for, there's federal grants. So again, these are need-based grants based on the FAFSA. The Pell Grant, if you're enrolled as a full-time student, the maximum Pell Grant is about $6,300 a year. All right, there's another federal grant, the FSEOG. The one thing I want to point out on that is it is a first come, first serve grant. So if you've submitted the FAFSA and you're enrolled in the college, if you qualify for it, there is a limited amount of money that's available on that. So the sooner you submit everything, the better chance you have of being eligible for that grant. There's also state grants. Again, if you're a Virginia resident, there's a Commonwealth grant. It's again a need-based grant. The catch to that one is you have to be enrolled at least 6 credit hours a semester to be eligible for it. Okay, so you have to be enrolled at least half time for the semester. But there's also a part-time tuition assistance program grant that you may be eligible for, and for that you have to be enrolled 1 to 8 credit hours. So like Marcy had mentioned earlier, you don't have to be full-time to be in the program. You also do not have to be full-time in order to be eligible for aid. There is that part-time grant that is available 1 to 8 credit hours, or the Commonwealth grant from 6 to up to full-time. Again, so you don't have to be full-time in order to be eligible for aid. We also have a CVCC Educational Foundation. Now with this foundation, there is additional application that is required for you to be eligible for it. Again, the website is there on the PowerPoint screen, or if you email us, we can send you the link for it, and that's not a problem. There's also loans that are available. So just real quickly on the loans are guaranteed. They're federal loans. So you submit the FAFSA, you fill out the paperwork, you get the loan. It does not go through a credit check. Does not go through an income verification. So if you need additional money either to help cover the charges on your account or additional living expenses and things like that, the loans are available for you. So once we get back to everyone being on campus together, there are part-time jobs that are available, work-study jobs. Part-time job, you get paid like a regular job would. The average student works about 15 hours a week. And again, it's a good opportunity for you to be taking classes and working all in the same location. And it's also fun. So we have a net price calculator on our website. So if you have not applied for aid yet and you're just trying to get an idea of what you may be eligible for, this net price calculator only asks a handful of questions and it will give you a pretty good estimate of what aid you may be eligible for. So we also have a tuition payment plan. So if you have registered for classes, you've submitted your financial aid, and you have a balance due for this upcoming semester, there's payment plan options that are available. Now, we're only a month from the semester beginning, and these payment plans spread the payment over a few months, so it may be too late for this semester. We'll have to see, reach out to us and we can find out for sure. But we do have the options there for you to go on a monthly payment plan. So instead of having to pay a full amount at once for the semester, you can divide it over a few months. We're almost to the end. So financial aid and books. Can you get books or laptops using your financial aid? The answer is yes. So your financial aid can cover books and supplies, which would also mean a laptop. So if your financial aid is greater than your charges, then that is your money. You can use it in the bookstore. If you don't want to use it in the bookstore for the books, we will send you a refund for that additional money that you have. So the last thing I want to say is things have changed. So when you're submitting your FAFSA, your 2020-21 FAFSA, it's asking for 2018 income information. And we know a lot of things have changed since 2018. So if you feel that we need to be aware of household family situations, maybe a parent has lost a job because of the coronavirus, or they've been laid off from reduced hours from the coronavirus, reach out to our office and let us know. There's potential things that we can do to your FAFSA to make the FAFSA look more realistic as of now, not based on 2018 information. So this is the last slide. This is our contact information. Our email address is financialaid@centralvirginia.edu, and our phone number is there. It's also on the website, so if you need to take a look at it. But again, I encourage you, if you'd like a copy of this presentation, send us an email and we will send this to you. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And let's see, Kimberly, do we have any questions?
Not yet.
Okay.
We might get them at the end.
That'll work. All right, so now I'm going to pass the next presenter is going to be Leah, who is a college navigator. Hold on, someone's waving.
I think we got a question.
Does have a question now. Just
all right.
What if no income whatsoever? My parents have conservatorship.
Jordan, I think I've emailed you. Send me an email and let's talk about it. Because I'll have to do a little bit more digging on that, if that's okay. All right, send me an email. You should have my email address because I think I emailed you even today. So take a look. All right. All right, so now I'm gonna pass it on to Leah, who is a college navigator, and she's gonna just go through the next steps with you.
Hey guys, and welcome. I know that's a lot of information you guys have currently inhaled in this past few moments that we've been on here, but I want you to know that my name is Leah Perry and I'm a college navigator. I'm one of 3. And with all that information you have, you can just contact one of us and we can help you through the entire process. Want you to know that we're here for the beginning of your first year here at CVCC. So we're going to help you, and we can help you if you've already done it, it's fine. But if you haven't, we can help you with applications. We can help assist you with your financial aid, getting your transcripts to the college and getting them over to admissions, or either taking the Virginia placement test, whatever it is that you need done, so we can get you moving towards enrollment. We're going to help decide and help you decide on possibly what program is best to suit what you're looking for, whether it's to go to a 4-year college or whether it's to go out into the work field. We're going to help assist you with program placement. And then from there, the really, really fun part is enrolling in classes. We're gonna want to put you in classes that are convenient for you and your schedule, your lifestyle, because of course you have life outside of CVCC as well, and we want you to be as comfortable as you can in the classes that you're going to be enrolled in. Yay! Okay, the classes you're going to be enrolled in. So what you can do with us is make an appointment with us or reach out to us and talk with one of us navigators or anyone in the counseling department. But we're here for first years. Normally what we do is, like I said, again, walk you through the process of getting through and navigating through your first year at CVCC, getting you acclimated to the school, kind of like going over, I know this semester is going to be different from any of the other semesters that we've had. So we're going to be able to help assist you and kind of go over what you need to start looking for prior to classes, like your Canvas, like making sure you're checking your emails, like helping you learn to navigate around SIS, because there's really important things that you can easily miss if you don't have any instruction. And getting in touch with one of us, we're going to be able to tell you, well, if you haven't received your financial aid, well, let's go to your SIS and check your to-do list, because you might have something there that you need to submit. So we're kind of like going to give you a whole wraparound service, make sure you're good to go, make sure you have everything you need, make sure you're in place, help you enroll into your classes and your schedules. That's again going to be good for you, whether it's virtual or online, what is recommended for you, and what we're going to discuss that with you so you'll understand all of that this semester as well. We're also going to help deliver you and help you understand the resources that we have at the college. So even though we are not specifically on campus, you can still see tutors. So we want you to know that in the event that you're struggling this semester, or you find yourself in a situation where you're needing some help, we have resources. So we want you to reach out to us. We want you to talk to us. We want you to not think that you can't contact us just because we're not in our offices. We're here for you. We're here for you all the time to help assist you, to give you all the information you need to be successful at the school, especially this semester. We're going to go above and beyond to make sure that you are successful here at the college, and assist you and navigate you through that process, whether it be transitioning you over to the second-year counselors to help assist you with your 4-year transfer to another college, or if you're going to go out into the workforce. We just want to make sure that you're given all the resources. We want to make sure that you have everything that you need, and kind of like just be your friends. reach out to us, talk to us if you're having a hard time, if you're having anxiety. We don't want you to think that you're in this alone, because you're not. You actually have a whole lot of people at CVCC that will help you be successful at the college, and we want you to be successful. And that's basically what we do. We're just here for everything. So don't hesitate not to reach out to us, because you're going to be your main contact to all the departments, and we can get in touch with everybody for you if you need the help and assistance. Just know that we're here for you. And again, you can reach out to us. Our contact information is on the website. I don't have all that right now available for you, but it is on the website. And again, I'm Leah Perry, this Brittany Cochran and Raylene Cope. We are the first year navigators. And then we have counselors, advisors as well. So yeah, that's basically it. That's what we do. So don't hesitate not to reach out. And again, I'm going to pass this along to Kimberly French for a quick poll. And welcome to CVCC.
Thank you, Leah, so much. I want to piggyback a little bit about what Leah had said. So the contact information will be at the very end. I will put it into the chat feature, so you'll have our contact information, so you can reach out to us as well. But as first-time students, you do have a new student orientation that you will have access to through your Canvas. So when you log into your My CVCC and you go to Canvas, you have a new student orientation to complete. And by going through that new student orientation, it's going to help you understand that SIS she was referring to, your Navigate, being able to go through all those resources that you have available to you. It is important information, and it's going to help you feel more comfortable as a CVCC student going into that first semester, because you have that information to you. And it doesn't go away. It'll be there as a resource for you if you need to refer back to anything. So make sure to use that, go through and do that, your orientation. That is a part, and it is a recommendation that you go through and you do prior to starting your courses. So make sure you do that. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to go through and ask you a question to be able to find out what kind of programs you're planning on doing here with us at CVCC. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the program poll, and I'm going to launch this. So if you can just tell me what programs, this is going to help Mark Sokola when he talks to you next, be able to talk to you a little bit about the different programs.
So while all that is coming in, how awesome is all of this stuff? Boy, I hope you guys are having as much fun as we are with this. This is great. Like I said, we always love to engage with you guys that way. Thank you, Leanne. Leanne sounds like she's excited to be beginning again, right? That's great. We love that. Yep. We've got our poll results now, Kimberly, so I won't hold you.
So it looks like the majority, Mark, is going to be in some type of a transfer program for us, whether it's general studies, education, business administration, or liberal arts. And also we have maybe one that wants to do the science or engineering. Also, we have the EMT or paramedic, allied health classes, welding and machine tools, mechatronics, woohoo, Marcy, and culinary arts. So as you can see, there's a gamut of both the transfer and the CTE program. So I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Mark Sokola, and he will be able to go over some information for you on those programs.
Thank you, Kimberly. I was excited before we started. I mean, who thought it would snow in Lynchburg in July? And that jazzed me. But seeing all of you here with us this evening has really got me jazzed. And I typically talk about transfer programs, technical programs, and then I share a story and bid you adieu. I'm going to shake it up a little bit because I'm cold. So I'm going to start with my story. And we're running out of time, and there are more important people than me to speak to you this evening. I normally speak for myself. I don't like speaking for others. But I'm going to make an exception this evening. And I am very confident when I say your success, your enthusiasm, your accomplishments, they inspire us as CVCC family, as CVCC employees. We get excited for you. And I just want to share this story yesterday. So it is fresh, it is still hot. Thank you, Ryan. There was a student, she was with us 10 years ago. And as she described, she was young and dumb. And it's okay to be young. I'm young. But being dumb, oh, sadly, I'm dumb. But that's besides the point. She has another chance. She thought, you know what? I made a mistake once. Maybe I didn't give my academics all that I should have, all that I could have. She's in a different situation now. The maturity level is a lot higher. And she is ready to do great things with her life. And just listening to her drive during our conversation yesterday and enrolling her in classes, it carried me through yesterday. It carried me through today. So you all matter to us a great, great deal. You are embarking on becoming a member of our family. And it's not just a bunch of words. We want you to be successful, whatever your goal, whatever your dream. We hope you choose to get to know us and to share those goals and those dreams so we can be there with you. We can assist you if necessary. We're not going to study for you. I'm not going to do any of Marcy's homework for any of you. She will bust me if I do. But we want to be there for you if you'd allow it. So please, even during these times where most of you will not be on campus this fall, there is a way to connect, be it email, through Zoom, telephone calls. We are here for you. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Our programs, transfer programs, if you're into a trade, please call the counseling desk, email us, and let's get you registered and let's start living your dream. Let's start reaching your goals. So with that, let's hear from a student's perspective, and I'd like to present Serena to you all.
Thank you so much. So my name is Serena Sully. I am a second-year student here at CVCC and as well as a student ambassador. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my experience transferring from high school to college and all the holes and everything that I had to jump through to get to where I am today. So transitioning from high school to college is a crazy time in your life. You're going from a hand-holding experience in high school where everyone's classes are similar and the counselors already have a set skeleton to working towards a certificate or degree that's specific to your situation and what you'd like to do in the future. My experience transferring from Jefferson Forest High School to CVCC was quite a journey. After I graduated high school, I was set to attend Virginia Tech in the fall. During their Accepted Students Day, we toured the campus, and during that tour, we actually went into a couple of lecture halls that could hold almost 200 students. Stepping into those halls made me realize that this was the real deal, that with this many students in a class, I would become a number rather than an individual learner. Needless to say, the thought really did overwhelm me. I'm the type of student that enjoys speaking frequently to professors and asking a plethora of questions regarding the lecture. With a class that big, it would be quite difficult for me to do so. So after expressing these concerns to one of my closest friends, who had already attended CVCC, she suggested that I take a tour of the campus and sit in for an orientation session just like this one. At first, I disregarded what she said, thinking to myself that I didn't want to attend community college because all my friends were going to university and I wanted to join them in that experience. But the closer the fall semester got to starting, the more I began to think about giving CVCC a chance. So I signed up for a tour, and the following week, I decided to enroll in classes. I can honestly say that choosing CVCC was one of the most beneficial decisions in my educational career. Starting classes was difficult. In college, everyone holds you at a higher regard, and unlike high school, deadlines are deadlines. Adjusting to this new setting took some time, but my professors, the advising staff, as well as all the staff members at CVCC were there to help me along the way. When I felt overwhelmed, I was encouraged to talk to my professors and work out a way to finish assignments in a manner of time that helped me relax a bit and allowed me to do my best work. Also, office hours are your best friends. Unlike high school, talking to your professor after class is not always possible. The wonderful thing about the professors at CVCC is that office hours go beyond those expressed in the syllabus. I've had times where I've emailed professors at 11 p.m. at night and expressed to them that I wouldn't be able to attend class the next day, and received a response within 5 minutes telling me that it was completely okay and to stop by their office to pick up the assignments I missed or go over any questions with them, or maybe just kind of go over the lecture and anything that I needed to work on. So the accounting department also was a really big deal for me because sometimes charges pop up and you don't understand where they come from, and they're always really happy to help you and to tell you where these charging are for. And not only this, but I really can't tell you how many times the advising staff has been able to squeeze me in without an appointment to just talk about my classes or address any concerns that I might have. Yep. All in all, everyone at CVCC is truly exemplifies what it means to be a community beyond the typical meaning of a community college. They try their hardest to make the bumpy journey of transferring from high school to college as smooth as possible. I've grown so much as a person and student thanks to the amazing professors and staff members here. And from the bottom of my heart, I can say that I am truly proud to be a Cougar. That's all I have to say. So without further ado, I'm going to transfer it back to Ms. Kimberly French, and she's going to do a quick little survey for you guys.
Thank you, Serena. And she's been a pleasure to work with a student ambassador. She's been very active in everything that she has been a part of at the college, and we are blessed to have her as a student representative for us. So I'm going to do one quick poll for you. I want to find out a little bit about social media. What social media platforms do you use? This will kind of benefit what the next speaker for us on student life.
Oh, we got Instagram tonight. Oh, there goes Facebook.
Okay, those who are putting others in there, I'm curious if you just put it in the chat feature, what these other type of social medias are.
Yeah, what's the other? Gosh, I thought I knew all this stuff. There's other stuff? Harmony. Nice. That's a good one. Yep, I hear you. Trusting the big companies. I hear you on that one.
All right, I'm going to end the poll and I'm going to share the results. So it does look like Facebook is the #1, like the overall for everyone. Twitter, Instagram is really second in line with Facebook, and then the other. And Marcy's saying Instagram at Mechatronic Rocks. Join that one for those Instagrammers. So I'm going to stop sharing that for you. And now I'm going to hand it over to Michael Ferris to talk to you about student life.
I know, and the thing is, it's already 6:30. Are y'all ready to leave, or you want me to talk to you for a minute about what it's like to actually be a student here and the things we do outside of the classroom? We've heard a lot about that, but I don't want to. Okay, so somebody saying, all right, talk, I'll stay. If you got to go, perfectly understand it, but I'm going to talk for a minute about student life at CVCC. And I got to tell you, you know, to just underscore what everybody has been saying tonight. From a student perspective, this place is fantastic. And I can say that because I graduated from CVCC. This place means so much to all of us. And as a CVCC alum, I can tell you, yes, I know it was a long time ago, back in the 90s, I get it. But when you come here, you are part of a family. So think about how awesome it is to go from being a student here to now being a dean here, like what that would mean. I'm gonna, if I can do this, Kimberly, can I share my screen real quick? Do I have that?
You
Okay.
do.
All right, and we're gonna see a familiar face here, by the way. Serena. Let's see if I share this. How many of you guys spend any time on our website? Been to the website? I think, let's see, I'm trying to get everything situated. We see this beautiful face, and it is a familiar face, right? Right there on the home screen, Miss Serena. As a student, one of the best places you can go on the website, as far as websites go, I know they're not all that fun, but still, it's some good stuff here. So click on this student services link. We've tried to bundle everything that a student would need in here. Let's see. And there's this, we've got our campus live section here. I don't know who this crazy fella is, but, and you want to get familiar with a lot of the stuff that we offer our students. Now, everything we're doing virtually this time around. Oh, wait a minute. Can you guys see this little box? Can y'all see that? Shake head, show of hands. This is Calvin the Cougar right here asking me if I have any questions from the website. What is that all about? Huh, well, let's see. Let's see. Hi, Calvin. And this is something students, staff, we all have access to, by the way. Hi, Calvin. How are you? Do we all know who Calvin is? He's this guy right here, and you guys are going to see him around too. Hi, Calvin. How are you? Let's see if we can stump Calvin and say, when do classes begin? Let's see if we get an answer. Now, they can see who I am probably, so it won't be completely anonymous. But, oh, look, Ryan, Mr. Chat Guy. Thank you. I bet Ryan will know the answer to that. We see this? Now, we have this feature whenever we're open, we have this feature. So I'm kind of demonstrating this tonight with this, but I'll tell you, whenever we're open, jump in. We are about to hit a milestone. We've only been doing chats now for 2 weeks, but we've had at 1,000 chats so far. So maybe this will be 1,001. Let's see. Ryan has entered the room. Great question. August 24th is when classes begin. Very good. Let's see if we can stump the financial aid guy. Hey, Ryan. Who is the Pell Grant named after? Did I spell that right? Let's see if Ryan knows that. Because he mentioned the Pell Grant a little while ago, and that is a grant that you get when you do that FAFSA, and it's named after somebody, I think. But let's see if we can do this, and then I'll wrap this up. I'm sorry, I don't want to hijack this, but you can see from our website, this was just neat that this thing popped up when I was doing this. You can see from our website that we've got a lot of cool stuff here for students. Let's see, do we have an answer? Mr. Claiborne Pell. How about that? We can't even stump our financial aid director. This guy's good. What can I say? Well, I'm going to get out of this room now. Thank you. And as a student, you want to click on all this stuff. One thing I'll say before sending it back over for closing remarks is we are going to be launching a virtual student center. I must stop sharing my screen now. We're going to be launching a virtual student center in our Canvas platform. Now, when you log into your My CVCC, you'll see a whole bunch of boxes and places you can go. Canvas is one of them. That's where your classes will be conducted mainly, right where new student orientation is also that Kimberly was speaking about. You'll see a virtual student center. And we are also, for brand new students, we are also in the middle of a scavenger hunt. Did you all get, if any of you are enrolled in classes already, did y'all get an email about the scavenger hunt that we're doing for new students? Yes, no, show of hands. Anybody get an email? We got a no from Kat. We got, Kat, are you a brand new student? I have not. Well, if you did, okay, gotcha. Okay. If you didn't get one last week, we're doing another one. So maybe for some reason you applied before or something like that. But we identified all the brand new ones. But we got a new student scavenger hunt going on this week. Next week, we have a returning student scavenger hunt. So I'd be interested for the ones that said no. I'll want to make sure you get into one or the other because we got some cool prizes we're giving away for that. So, well, I've taken up too much time. I know. I'm sorry. But we love our students. There is activity going on, obviously, within the classroom. There is a lot going on outside the classroom, student government associations, student ambassadors, all sorts of participation trophy. Well, now, what do you mean by participation trophy, Jordan? You can unmute yourself.
I'm just pulling your leg, that's all.
Oh, that's okay. I've got one other one, so that's all right, even if you got this one. Yeah. Well, you are welcome. Is it Irina? Is that your name? That was very nice of you to thank us. We appreciate it. I'm going to send it back over to, who am I sending it to? Michelle? Kimberly?
Kimberly.
Okay. I'm going to send it back to Kimberly, and she's going to wrap this thing up.
Yes. So now is the question and answer section. So I just want to open it up. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to, you can unmute yourself. You can put it in the chat feature if there's any questions that you have.
Any additional resources and accommodations for those with autism like me this semester?
Yes, Meredith McLaughlin is who you'll want to reach out to. I will put her information in the chat feature for you. But Meredith will, and there is also, if you go back on our YouTube channel, at the bottom of the homepage on CVCC, there is some previous videos that we have, and Meredith spoke on one of those. And so you can go back and listen to the content that she provided as well, but I will put her contact information in there for you too.
Kimberly, let me say this. I was going to include this in the reminders at the end, but next Tuesday, July 4th, Meredith will be our guest speaker on next Tuesday. So if any of you have had an IEP in high school, I would encourage all of you. But for anyone that might have had an IEP in high school, please join us next Tuesday. Meredith will be with us. You have an opportunity to ask her all kinds of questions because I promise you, we do everything we can to provide you with the resources and support that you need to help you be successful and reach that goal that you are trying to reach academically at CVCC.
Sorry, can you repeat that? My internet went out just as you started talking.
Okay, so Jordan, all I need you to know is next Tuesday, July 4th, Meredith will be with us.
Not again.
During the session.
Oh no.
It's
There
okay,
we go.
Jordan.
I'm back.
Yeah, it's okay. Just come next Tuesday. Meredith McLaughlin will be joining us then.
Awesome, awesome.
I think he's going in and out.
Yeah, I do want to comment on the, so no classes on campus, all virtual and online, so lost. I want to explain a little bit about that. So we do have virtual, which means our online classes, completely online. And then we have real time, which is live online. You'll be online at a certain time with an instructor talking to you for your classes. So that's real time, which is live. Then we have the classes that are CTE classes that Mark referred to, some of our welding, mechatronics, the machine tool, those type classes that are lab type courses that you would be coming on campus to complete those courses. So it is a variety. It's a gamut of different class schedule this time. And that's what we're here to help you with. So if you have not registered, I want to put that plug out there. If you have not registered for your fall classes, it is time. Classes are getting filled up. We want to make sure we get you in those classes. Register today, call us. You've got our contact information, please. We want you enrolled. And if you enroll and pay by August the 4th, you get your name in a drawing for a free laptop through our bookstore. So you'll want to do that.
Kimberly, I want to add something to that too. Kat, don't worry. I'm a student right now also. Are you a little nervous about the online kind of stuff? Or you don't want to unmute yourself? It's okay. I'll tell you.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. I have always disliked online anything when it came to school, but I'm a student right now as well. And, you know, about 4 months ago, all my in-person classes went to this format. And this is what, when Kimberly said our virtual real-time class, right? It's not exactly like a classroom, but it's a lot like this. It's almost exactly like this, as a matter of fact. If this were Marcy's class, she's sitting right there next to me, she would be teaching this class, and we'd all be in here together, talking back and forth, exchanging comments and conversation with one another. So for me, as apprehensive as I was, I'll tell you, I've gotten to really like this, this format, and there are some benefits to this kind of format too. If I need to, I can mute myself, which I'm sure a lot of people would like to do right now.
I don't mind unmute myself. It's just like, yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about not being in a classroom setting with 2 kids running around, but thank goodness I have my partner with me to help me with that. But yeah, I'm just curious because I don't want to end up going to campus and I'm that person like, oh, I didn't get the memo. Cool. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just want to make sure like I'm able to, even if it is online or if it's live, I'm there on time. I just want to make sure I'm doing what I need to do so that way I can get what I want done.
That's right. Well, you know what? You did one of the smartest things, and that's come here. Now go, go take the new student orientation. You'll be even better.
Absolutely.
Doing all the right stuff. Yeah. And this is great. I mean, we hate the fact that our campus, our doors aren't going to be open like they always were, but we have spent an extraordinary amount of time trying to figure all this stuff out, how to do it, how to keep that CVCC passion that we have with our one-on-one interactions that has, kept us going for 53 years, how to do that in a completely different environment. And I just want to say kudos to all the CVCC staff that are on this call, because hopefully we're showing you all how much we care and how we can do it. All of our services we're still providing, just in a virtual way. And it's working. It's working, quite frankly.
Well, if I may, I have another question.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Now, I'm pretty sure this question will be answered in the orientation, but as far as getting what you need from the library, since we're going to be learning remotely, I see that smile on Mrs. French's face. I think that's going to be answered in Canvas, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that being said, I will go ahead and get my tail over to Canvas.
Yeah, that thing with the thing about the library, and last week we had our librarian here, and that was a fantastic session. I will say, without giving away too much, because I know that's something Kimberly's dealing with with the new student orientation, and we want you to get that question right. Every book that we have, just about, in I don't even know the right way to say this. When you can check out anything, search anything in the country, in the planet, in the world through virtual library services. And I'm not even a CVCC student right now. I go to another university here in town, but I'll tell you, when I've got a research article to look up, or I've got a paper to write, or I need a book, I use ours because I'm a staff member and I can. So it's fantastic. Our library services are fantastic. And I'll stop again.
Does anyone else have any other questions before I hand it over to Michelle for the wrap up? All right, Michelle.
All right, panel, I have to say kudos, great job, a lot of good information. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. One reminder, all of the sessions are recorded. They are on our YouTube channel and on our website. So for, I can't remember the name right now, but if you want to find the librarian, Mike Fine, his information is out there. Please feel free to go and check that out. Listen, thank you all for joining us this evening and have a great night.
Bye, everyone.
Good night. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Bye, Jordan.
Bye. Best of luck. Stay safe.
You too, darling.
All right. Hold on.
I'm going to throw in a link to our YouTube channel. You can actually get to our YouTube channel from our website. It's way down there at the bottom, but you can get there. All right. Is that everyone?
Woo!